Good afternoon, welcome to the Olive Board platform. My name is Marush Sharma and I'm here with a big update from SSC. For the last few days, we all have been waiting with bated breath that SSC is going to bring some update. It is going to release some information and everybody is eagerly waiting for the 22nd of April. Meanwhile, what has happened is there were a lot of requests for reforms and changes, vendor change, a lot of updates, lot of chaos and confusion going on for the regular aspirants. Aspirants are not clear whether to prepare for the next year, whether the exam will be in June, July. There is no clarity whatsoever. Whether the vendor change will delay the examination, whether the notice will come out on time, nothing is clear. Within this, a slight clarity has been given, a slight ray of hope has been given in accordance with provision of an understanding. Okay, I'll tell you how. By now, there was a feeling that we were not clear with anything. Everything was guesswork. It still is though. We are just predicting. We are just assuming things and predicting. The assumptions are all calculated and educated assumptions, but we are still assuming. But our assumptions have been given a direction by SSC. I'll tell you why. Till now, we were under an assumption that the exam might get delayed because of the vendor change. But there was a very positive question which came up that if SSC already knew that the vendor was going to be changed, then the contract has been terminated and that we have to have a new vendor now, why was the exam calendar released in the first place? So if they have released the calendar, probably they were already aware of the vendor change and they would have, adjusted with that. They would have accommodated that already. So this was a valid question. But still, looking at the previous experiences, we were very sure that if the vendor change was introduced midway, due to any reason, either it was because of the reforms or it was because it was already planned and in process, either which ways the process would be delayed by at least a month or so. So we had expected that delay to be within a quarter. Okay. Now, in that direction, a notice has come up from SSC. Now, this can be taken as both positive and negative. Okay. Positive because you're getting a direction, you're getting clarity and you're taking a step towards understanding that what can be expected in future. Till the time some notice comes out, you can be clear that what can be expected. Can there be a delay? Can there be some update? Can there be some change? Okay. So at least your anticipation is going to, somehow going to settle down a bit. But it is also going to increase because now we are not sure why this notice has been called back. Okay. So the calendar has been called back. So this was a notice issued by SSC. They said that the calendar of examinations is under review. So the calendar which was released is currently under review, and under review means they are looking at it and they are looking at it for some changes. That is for sure. So there will be some changes. Now we are not sure if the changes are very big. Is it related? Is it pertaining to some particular examination? Some change in format? Some change in maybe a way of approaching the questions because of the reforms which were being, asked for or which need to be implemented? Or is it because of the vendor? Or is it because of the delay in the examinations and they need to shuffle the complete plan accordingly for the rest of the year, for the rest of the examinations? Again, everything is guesswork. So far, everything is prediction. Yes, the predictions are educated. Yes, the predictions are calculated, but still, it is all a prediction. So the idea here is take it as an update that SSC has given you a direction. You can expect the exam to be slightly postponed, the exam to be slightly delayed, but you don't have to derail from your preparation because that is the worst thing which can happen to an aspirant. And trust me, I have seen a school of two different aspirants. A school of aspirants who think that, okay, if the exam is postponed, very good, I'll get more time to study. And a school of aspirants who are actually those cream, those toppers, who feel that now that the exam is delayed, I'm going to lose my motivation and whatever I have studied till now. And that actually happens. That extra time, trust me, you're not going to study. The moment you realize that, okay, the exam is delayed, I have some more time at hand, you will immediately stop that input which you are giving and your quality will start deteriorating, your preparation quality, your input time, okay, your practice. And I have been through that. When I was giving these examinations, I have been through this myself. right? When there was an unprecedented delay, and then I just gave up and I was like, okay, we still have time, I'll go slow now. And the kind of practice you have right now, some of you might be at that spot when, within a sweet spot, within a few seconds you're getting your answers. But if you don't keep yourself at it, maybe in the next 15-20 days, a month, you'll lose it. So this is tough on those students. This is very tough. Trust me, this is very tough. If it gets delayed, it is tough for all of you. But what you can only do is you can still be at it. Don't lose motivation. Don't lose hope. Even if it is delayed, it is going to be there. It is going to be conducted. So you can just keep at it. Keep pushing, keep revising, keep practicing, increase your speed further, add more questions to your practice list, and now variate your practice. Okay, variate your practice, bring in new variation, try new types of questions also, because if the vendor changes, we can't expect the same thing to be repeated. There will be some change in level, there will be some change in the types of questions which will be asked. There might be some, the syllabus is going to remain the same, but we are here to see changes. Maybe there's a change in a format altogether. Like Tier 2, a few years back, suddenly they introduced new subjects in Tier 2, subjects which were only a part of Tier 1. Maybe something of that sort happens to make it more streamlined. Number of questions changes, the practicality changes, things will change. Whatever this is a signal to change. Now the change can be positive or negative. So you have to be, you have to get up and get ready for that beforehand. So that is the challenge. This is point number 1. There is another important update which has come up that can be taken positively. That update says that up until now, there was a time, once upon a time, your identification was manually done. So when you stepped into the center, I'm talking about 4-5 years back, when you stepped into the center, there was, there used to be little forms which used to be circulated. You used to fill those forms in your own handwriting, okay? And then there used to be thumb impressions and finger impressions which you used to give, and they used to collect that form. Now I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years back, right? Post that, they introduced a biometric system wherein they registered the fingerprints of the candidates, and that process in itself took some time. So they gave you an additional time that you have to report an hour earlier, and this process will go on, and then you will sit for the exam, right? But there used to be mismatches, there used to be problems. The fingerprint sometimes couldn't be captured. There used to be logistical issues at some centers. They were not working well, and somewhere or the other you would see some issue creeping up. So for 1 or 2 students, maybe it used to get delayed. It used to get the updating, the connection used to get delayed, and everything used to get jeopardized. And also, it was still a question mark that can it be that some other person, some proxy person is giving the examination instead of the real person, right? So to keep all that at rest now, what they have done is they have introduced Aadhaar-based identification. Your Aadhaar, you're all aware that your Aadhaar UIDAI captures all your biometric information, your retina scan, that is your iris scan, and your fingerprints, right? Everything is there. Everything is there. So what will happen is, once you sit down, once you go for the registration, they will take your biometrics, and while you're filling the form, they would have taken the Aadhaar authentication already from your OTP. So one thing now you need to be aware of is, I know personally, I know students whose Aadhaar card is not linked to their personal mobile phones or the mobile phones currently in use. Once upon a time, they had got their Aadhaar cards made and they were registered with some mobile. That mobile is lost, that SIM card is lost. Please go and update everything now only. Please go and update everything now only, because now whenever the forms will be filled, you will have to authenticate it with the Aadhaar card at that time only with an OTP, and that is the easiest form of it. Once you do that, then when you go to the center, they will check your thumb impression and they will get yourself validated with your Aadhaar, and then only you will be sitting for the exam. That will ensure that the same person who has filled the form is sitting for the exam. Let me take some questions now. छत्रसाल जी, मैं लाइव हूँ, हिंदी में इसीलिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि ये जो चैनल है ये इंग्लिश का चैनल है, यहाँ पे प्योर इंग्लिश में डिलीवरी है। अगर आप यही इन्फॉर्मेशन हिंदी में चाहते हैं, आप हमारे हिंदी चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं, वहां पे आपको हिंदी में भी जानकारी उपलब्ध करा दी जाएगी। छत्रसाल जी, राहुल जी, अंग्रेजों के फूफा बन रहे हैं। आप लोगों को जितना भी जो भी प्रोवाइड कराया जाए ना, you're never going to be happy, you're never going to be satisfied. Unfortunately, please read the name of the channel and then come here. There are students who have difficulties in understanding the language. हिंदी भाषा का प्रयोग करने में मुझे कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, परंतु आपको यह भी समझना होगा कि आगे जो विद्यार्थी है, हर विद्यार्थी आपकी तरह हिंदी में सकुशल नहीं समझ सकता चीजों को। कृपया करके इस बात को समझे और यहां उल जुलूल कमेंट करने से बचें। Have some decency, have some respect, right? If you can't, then I would request you not to be a part of the platform. Tradeep, I am not sure what will be the date of CGL, but we expect that to be, so we are waiting for that. Once we get an update, we'll let you know. ओके, अ क्विक अपडेट, जिन लोग को हिंदी में सुनना है, आपको बस इतनी बात बता दूं, ये 2 अपडेट लेकर के हम लोग यहाँ पे आए थे। पहला अपडेट ये था कि एसएससी ने जो है अपने कैलेंडर में कैलेंडर को रिव्यू पे डाल दिया है और ये मेंशन कर दिया है कि हमारा कैलेंडर रिव्यू में है, कैलेंडर रिव्यू होगा, उसके बाद रिवाइज होकर के आएगा, यानी कैलेंडर में कुछ बदलाव होने की उम्मीद है कि डेट जो है वो आगे हो सकती है, और कितनी आगे होगी इस पे अभी कोई बातचीत करना मुमकिन नहीं है। आधी से ऊपर चीजें अभी भी कयास है, अभी भी हम जो है यही सोच रहे हैं कि ये बदलाव होगा या नहीं होगा, राइट। तो बस इतना श्योर है कि आपको एक दिशा मिल गई है, एसएससी ने एक दिशा दे दी है कि भाई कुछ बदलाव आने वाला है। अब वो बदलाव फॉर्मेट में होता है, नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन चेंज होता है, टायर 2 लेवल में होता है, राइट, या फिर सब्जेक्ट्स का लेवल चेंज होता है, अचानक मैथ्स के क्वेश्चन दोबारा बढ़ा दिए जाएंगे या रीजनिंग बढ़ा दी जाएगी या इंग्लिश कम कर दी जाएगी, वो जो भी है सब कुछ बैलेंस किया जाएगा। क्या चेंज है वो अभी हम नहीं जानते हैं, बट चेंज है ये जरूर होगा, और चेंज होगा मतलब उम्मीद है कि पेपर जो है वो पोस्टपोन होगा। और ऐसे में मैंने बस यही बात बोली थी कि अक्सर स्टूडेंट्स जो है वो अपना ट्रैक खो देते हैं, और ट्रैक खोने के कारण जो है वो इश्यू फेस करते हैं, प्रेपरेशन का ट्रैक खो देते हैं, तो जो कंपटीशन की मोटिवेशन है वो चली जाती है। तो वो मत होने देना, जो भी है आप अपनी तैयारी करते रहो, बने रहो और घबराओ बिल्कुल भी मत, राइट। एंड द सेकंड अपडेट, जो दूसरा अपडेट मैंने बताया था कि आधार बेस्ड वेरिफिकेशन आपका हो जाएगा फॉर्म भरते समय, और जब फॉर्म भरा जाएगा तो उसमें ही आपका जो है पहले वेरिफिकेशन होगा ओटीपी द्वारा, और फिर आपकी फिंगरप्रिंट वेरिफिकेशन होगी जब आप सेंटर पे एग्जाम देने जाओगे। तो कुछ लोग हैं जिनकी आधार अभी से ही मोबाइल से लिंक्ड नहीं है या किसी और मोबाइल से लिंक्ड है, आप प्लीज जाकर के इन चीजों को ठीक करवा लें अभी ही, ताकि जब फॉर्म रिलीज हो आप रेडी हो फॉर्म भरने के लिए, राइट। So these were the updates. If you have any questions for me, I am sorry for changing the language because it was a requirement of some students, but we are back on track. If you have any update for me, if you have any question for me, put it in the chat box and I am here to answer it for you. Rahul Kumarji, if you don't have an Aadhaar, please get it issued. That will be better. Okay, because Aadhaar based authentication may be made compulsory, but I am not sure whether it will be made compulsory or not. There may be an option that is optional, but that is what they are looking for. I'll just read it for you. Implementation of Aadhaar-based biometric authentication in SSC examinations. The Commission has decided to implement Aadhaar-based biometric authentication in its forthcoming examinations. Accordingly, candidates will be able to authenticate themselves using Aadhaar at the time of online registration, while filling up online application form for the examinations, and while appearing at the test center to take examinations conducted by the Commission from May 2025 onwards. Such Aadhaar authentication is voluntary and is intended as a measure to promote the ease of engaging with the examination process. So far it is voluntary, यानी अगर आपके पास आधार नहीं है तो दिक्कत नहीं आएगी। नोटिस अभी तक यही कह रहा है कि ये कंपलसरी नहीं है, पर हो सकता है आगे जाकर के हो जाए। जिनके पास आधार है और अगर वो ऑथेंटिकेट करने वाले हैं तो पहले ही बता दूं, अपने नंबर से उसे लिंक कर दीजिएगा। अगर आधार नहीं है तो सो फार नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, जो भी आइडेंटिफिकेशन आपके पास होगा गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड, गवर्नमेंट ऑथराइज्ड, आप उसको यूज करके अभी भी फॉर्म भर सकते हैं। दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम। Alright, anything else if you have, you can put it in the chat box. Otherwise, I'll end the session here and I'll see you guys with the next update. Till then, thank you so much for staying tuned with the Olive Board platform. And I would request all of you to hit the subscribe button and the like button right away and share this video across platforms so that others who are interested in the information can also get the same. Tradeep, I am not sure about NTPC. We are all waiting eagerly for that. But let's see, whenever the update comes, your preparation should not go off track is all I mean to say. Yeah, absolutely, Tradeep, please do. बिल्कुल राहुल, मॉक लगाते रहें. Yes, I'm in English now, blah blah, don't worry. Yes, Kashi Viswanathan in 2025, exactly. So from May 2025 onwards, whatever exams will be there, Aadhaar notification, Aadhaar authentication will be voluntarily available for students. So obviously our CGL 2025 is in May or later. So Aadhaar authentication will be applicable there, but it is not compulsory. Remember, it is not compulsory. Till now it is voluntary. You can opt out of it and you can use other means of identification as well. Alright guys. Okay. Thank you so much for joining live guys. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.